Welcome to our YouTube channel where we share our food and travel experiences. So as you have read, today we'll be sharing how we spent 12 hours in Singapore. So we are from sunny South Africa and we were making the trip over to the US. So we decided to stop in Singapore for a little exploration. So come along with us. After just over 10 hours from Johannesburg to Singapore, we landed in the Singapore Changi Airport. And of course, we were exhausted from our flights with the Singapore Airlines and we just wanted to find a lounge to rest. So we made our way to Terminal 1 and we found a lovely lounge to relax at. We actually wanted to get somewhere to sleep, but unfortunately everything was booked out. So please don't be like us, book ahead if you intend on sleeping at the Singapore airport. So instead we took a shower and we headed off for some exploration. So we had a tour booked for our layover. So we just made our way to the baggage storage area because we had some hand luggage which is not allowed on the tour, and we went to find something to eat because we were actually not feeling the food at the lounge that we went to. So we got some croissants and some juice and then we rested a bit before our tour time. So we were very excited to be going on the free Singapore tour, which is something we found out about when we were looking at free things to do in Singapore. So please don't judge us. The tour has 3 possible tours you can go on, which is the city tour, the heritage tour, and the last one being the Changi precinct tour. So the tour is free, however, you have to have between 5.5 and 24 hours to spare in order to be eligible, and you have to check in your bags, but most importantly, please check with your immigration laws in your country to see if you need to fill in a visa or have to fill in any form in order to be able to check through immigration. So from South Africa, you do have to fill in a form in order to be gained access through immigration. Otherwise, you will be stuck at the airport for the entire stay. So we moved right along, and this is our tour guide giving us all the T's and C's in order to be able to go on the tour. So we were very excited at this point. We then headed over to immigration, and a very important note is that if you are in Singapore for a layover, you're only allowed to go through immigration once. So just note that if you're going on the tour, do not go through immigration prior to the tour, else you will not be able to go through again to access the tour bus. So this was us finally getting onto the tour bus and getting ready to explore the city. So this was nice. It was really nice because we got to see all parts of the Singapore city in the comforts of the bus. The bus was extremely comfortable. There was air conditioning. And of course, like any tour, we were just listening to the tour guide the entire time. We were actually so grateful to be on the bus because we were exhausted. There was no way we were going to have the energy to be going around and attempting to explore ourselves. So obviously the tour, this specific tour is the city tour, shows you all the beautiful sights. It was nice to see all the little things that you see in the movies. We were passing by the parliament here, and of course the tour guide does give you guys all the details as the tour is moving along. So we were heading to our first stop of the tour. So the tour does have 2 stops, so we were just moving along to our first stop now. This was the first stop at the Victoria Hall. We just took some pictures, took some videos, but we were more interested in the second part of this tour, which was within a walking distance from here. We weren't really sure what this was about, but the building was extremely beautiful, we have to say. After a short walking distance, our tour guide led us to the Merlion Park. Here, he was just showing us the little lion before we headed over to the main attraction, the bigger lion. So we're very excited to be here, which is a very popular photo stop. So we were given a few minutes here to take some photos and just admire the beautiful view. As you can see, it was a bit cloudy, so when we were here, it was not raining as yet. However, within a few minutes, it started drizzling and then it started pouring, and we just had to find some way to just wait for the rain to just pass. So the weather was extremely unpredictable. Fortunately, we already gotten some pictures in. We were very happy to be seeing this, something we always see in the movies. Definitely worth taking the tour. So at this point, the rain had passed and we were making our way back to the bus. Just getting in some last photos. As you can see, they were actually preparing for a racing circuit that was happening in Singapore. So that was nice to see the whole setup happening over there as well. After another short ride, we made our way to the second stop, which was at the Flower Dome. So here again, we are given a few minutes to walk around, take some pictures, and then you're just given a time to head back to the bus. So it's very important to stick to the time that you're told to head back to the bus, because we thought it was just a scare tactic. But unfortunately, there were members from our tour that were left behind. So if you go on this tour, please listen out for the times. At this point, we were exhausted, finished. The tour had gone on for a couple of hours. We were excited to be out and about, but our legs couldn't carry us any further. So when the tour ends, you're given an option to get off outside the airport, which is what we did because we wanted to go see the famous Changi waterfall. So again, hence I mentioned that if you go on the tour, do not go through immigration by yourself prior to the tour, because post the tour, you will get a chance to go and see the Changi waterfall. And there it is. Very beautiful. Like, the pictures and the videos do not do it any justice. It's definitely the most beautiful airport that I have ever been in. It was such a beautiful experience to see it in person, obviously after seeing it on everybody's Instagram, it was worth the stop. The reason why we chose this layover, yes, it was to see Singapore, but we really, really wanted to see this beautiful airport in person. So we would definitely recommend. After taking a million pictures by the waterfall, we decided to go and get some souvenirs. So we get fridge magnets for every country that we've been to. Because, yeah, if there's no fridge magnets, you were never there. But after that, we were making our way then back to our terminals. So, yeah, last shots of the Changi, and then we went back to the terminal. So as you can see, Singapore is quite advanced. Here, you kind of let yourself through. You just scan your boarding pass, you scan your passport, and then it scans your face, and then you go through. So hopefully South Africa catches up with all that technology soon. At this point, we were hungry, but we looked at some of those menus and we headed straight to Burger King. We were too tired to be trying to experiment. And of course, we headed to another lounge. This lounge was quieter. We just sat down, enjoyed some food, and rested. We were exhausted. At this point, we had not gotten some sleep in like almost 24 hours. So we checked in and we were off to LA. So please subscribe to see how our USA trip went.